And hello, everyone. Saturday morning. Almost wish it was Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, I miss Saturday morning cartoons.
I think we all do.
My life is a cartoon. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I have a 3 and 2-year-old. My life is a cartoon.
Touche.
It's like Tom and Jerry in my living room at the moment, and I'm grateful to be away from that. So, yeah.
I mean, we've got 2 teenagers, and all they want to watch is Bluey. So, and I'm like, isn't that non-age appropriate? We're watching Bluey. Okay.
Hey, I don't blame them. I'm a 30-year-old, and I freaking love Bluey, okay? Because I can relate to the parents, and then
that's the great thing about it. You can totally relate to the parents.
Oh, my gosh.
So well.
Yes, it's so wonderful. I relate to the dad so much. Yeah. Oh my gosh, where he's just like, no, I'm not doing this. And then he's like playing. There's one episode, oh my gosh, he's playing with the kids. And the mom, like, Chili comes down like a freaking seagull or something on this episode. And he's like, I just need a 20-minute nap, and like bolts and leaves her. I'm like, this is me. This is me when my husband comes home. You know?
My favorite is he says, Dad, come play with us. Can I do a game where I'll just lay in the bed and just kind of lay there and you got to do your thing?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I love it. And then when they're doing the little mom skit, for Mother's Day, and he's like, hurry up, quit playing with, they had balloons or something. He's like, keep it focused, get this done. I'm like, oh my gosh, Bandit, I am you, Bandit.
There's also the 80s episode where Bandit's like, reliving. Oh yeah, it's funny because I'm calling out stuff before they do it. And
wear your helmets. It's the 80s.
We didn't wear helmets.
There were no helmets.
I love. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, and they're like quick little episodes, right? They're like 5 or 7 minutes long.
Like 8 minutes.
But it is like, there is no better show. Like, I don't think that's ever going to get old. I watch it all the time with my kids, and I will watch it before I go to bed. It's like Happy Puppies and Rainbows. I love it.
So, I wanted to not like it, and I couldn't help it. And
if you're standing up, you have to dance along with that opening song. You can't.
Yes. I know. You got to jiggy with it. You got to do it.
You have to.
Oh my gosh.
Well, because she's like, you said you were hating it. You're hating on it. Now you're all about it.
Okay, listen, I got one for you. Okay. Snoop Dogg has a YouTube channel for kids. Okay. It's called Doggy World. DOGGY Doggy World. Okay, is what it's called. And it's like children, like nursery rhymes, like the Muffin Man, but it's in Doggy World, right? And it's like him and some other rappers and stuff, and they're like just doing the Snoop Dogg style, but he has an affirmations one. And let me tell you, okay, because I'm not one for, the nursery rhymes. I'm like, this is great. I'm trying to get into it. I was getting jiggy with it, okay? Because, you got Snoop Dogg. Like, how can you not? Right? So
I know what YouTube rabbit hole I'm falling down today.
Woo, I'm telling you. And it's one of those where, like, I make my kids listen to it every morning, mostly because it's like a sanity thing for me. Because I'm like, it's affirmations, right? It's like, I am amazing. And you're just like, hell yeah, I am. Yes, I am amazing. So I'm like, shit, I need this in my life. So it's wonderful. Like, I highly recommend it for adults. I'm just saying, we were going down the rabbit hole. That's one you should investigate. It's lovely. Thoroughly
look into that.
Gosh, every time I think of Snoop, I think of high school, and I'm like, man, he has changed so much since then.
Man, I know.
And I blame Martha Stewart.
Man, I love their relationship. Like, talk about someone that has flipped the script, like living the thug life to like not and hanging out with Martha Stewart and getting a cooking show and everything. I'm just like, woo, I'm here for it. I love me some Snoop Dogg. I love it. I'm here for it. Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
What a
Happy
start.
Saturday.
Yes. Happy Saturday.
Great.
It's Saturday?
Mhm.
It's someday.
Right.
Louie.
Where are we?
Now, I don't know. Where are we? I got lost in all that.
All I
Now-
know is I found out that Bluey is the sex symbol for moms in the UK. I did find that out.
Well, the mom and dad, definitely. I'm telling you. But
I love their relationship.
oh yeah,
Mm.
how long did it take you guys to figure out that Bluey was a girl? Did it take
A
any
long
time?
time.
Oh no, not
Yeah.
Bluey. What's the dad's name?
Bandit.
Bandit.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the sex symbol. So I was like,
I would hope
You know-
so, because Bluey's like 6.
5.
I know.
Five.
I didn't know that she was a girl until like she had said something like that's my sister, and then the dad had inferred that she was a girl, and I was like, oh, you're a girl, Dad. Oh, I like you even more. I like you even more. So
No,
yeah,
it took
no,
a
I can
couple
see that.
episodes for me, and he had to say girls, and I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, it took me a hot minute, but
Yeah.
Lizzie, to your point, I can see that because he truly is just he's wonderful. I think
That's
it's
the best part of the show.
yes,
Mm.
he is. Did you watch the one they went on Jimmy Kimmel, the voice actors for them? And oh my gosh, when he was talking, I just pictured Bandit the whole time. I was like, I can't unsee this. Like, I'm sorry, I know you're a person, but to me, you're Bandit. I'm sorry, that's just what's happening.
Actually, one of the things I like to do with the kids now, and it really really makes them feel weird because they want to laugh, but at the same time they want to be grossed out. Like,
Hey, I just wanted a smoochy kiss.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to watch freaking Bluey after this. I mean,
Yep.
man,
And
love
I'm gonna
it.
have to watch Snoop Dogg.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, let me know what you think because I'm telling you, when he was just like, I am amazing, I am wonderful, I am kind, I am respectful, I am responsible. I'm like, yes, I am. Hell yeah, I'm doing adult stuff this morning. I am. Yes. So I'm here for it. I'm here for Snoop Dogg and I'm here for Bluey. Okay. It's just wonderful. And you can tell which dog is Snoop Dogg. Like it's very obvious. He's got the braids and he's purple and he's tall. You know, it's very obvious, but it's wonderful. I'm here for it. So yes, take a look and let me know.
Oh, Lordy. Well, one announcement that we do have, just so everybody knows, is Lizzie's doing a gaming podcast tomorrow night at 10 p.m., I think is the start time, and it's for charity.
Ooh.
So I will be posting that later, the links and everything, so people can join and watch that.
Okay.
All right.
And speaking of all that, I was watching some videos yesterday, kind of making me feel old when I found out Sweet Dreams Are Made of These is turning 40 this year.
ooh.
I was like,
wow.
oh my God.
And of course, the Eurythmics just went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Annie Lennox still looks amazing.
She does.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Wow, 40. I know that
Yeah.
feeling. Sometimes you make a joke or a reference. We were talking about Saturday morning cartoons, and one of the things that we do at Black Hills Con every Saturday morning, my brother
Of
and
the
I do
convention.
a panel at the convention of Saturday morning cartoons. We do 4 or 5 different shows, and one of the things that we do is we talk about the history and how Saturday morning cartoons got started. So I'm explaining to somebody at work that was like 21, 22. I'm talking about, hey, we're gonna do this whole Saturday morning cartoons thing, and we're gonna have some of the commercials, and we'll have some of the old shows in there, and we'll talk about it. And I get stopped. It's like, what's Saturday morning cartoons? I go, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
I had to
No.
explain it.
It hurts.
Oh my
Ew.
gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm 30 and I know what that is. So I
Right?
must have been like
You caught that. You were part of that group that caught that tail end of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because by 2005, 2010, they were pretty much done because everything could now
Right.
be, you had,
Because TV wasn't TV
Yeah.
anymore.
different
Yeah.
cable
Cartoon
channels
Network.
that just Cartoon Network that just, and Boomerang just catered to that.
Mhm.
Disney Channel, stuff like that. And now you have all these streaming platforms. Gosh, I remember back in the day that, that makes me feel better. Thank you.
That was from
Yeah,
Mason.
it's very aggravating because I remember, what was it like? CBS and ABC were the main masters of the Saturday morning cartoons. Sometimes Fox did, or back in the day it was called Paramount before it became the CW or UPN.
Let's
Mhm.
see. I remember in the 80s in NBC, CBS, and ABC. Gosh, I remember some of the lineups. We'd get up in the morning and watch Pound Puppies, The Real Ghostbusters, Gummy Bears. And then a few years later, they had Sonic the Hedgehog, the Saturday morning version of it, not the goofy regular. Because you also had cartoons during the week, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, we used to watch.
The Gargoyles. That was worth coming home from school for.
That was during the week, but I'm talking about Saturday morning cartoons in general, And
Like,
then
like the Littles.
WB formed, the Littles, love the Littles.
Heck, those are from my time. Dang it.
Yeah. But yeah, we used to love. Well, and they even had some obscure ones. Like I remember they had a show called Galaxy High, which was about these high school students going to outer space, and it was funny because I didn't realize that show was only 13 episodes. And I went back and I bought it. So this thing's only 13 episodes. I remember it being on for like 2 years, but they just kept showing rerun after rerun after rerun.
Yeah.
See,
But no,
the Snort,
The Smurfs, Alvin and the
Smurfs.
Chipmunks. I mean,
He-Man,
there's so
She-Ra.
many shows.
Simon
Beetlejuice got, and then you started getting shows from like movies that were adult movies, starting to get shows like Beetlejuice, Tales from the Crypt, and yeah,
things that had no business being kids' cartoons.
Ghostbusters.
yeah, Ghostbusters. That was a fun one. I always enjoyed the real Ghostbusters. That was one of my favorites on Saturday.
The
So I
Addams
don't know
Family was
any of those. I don't know any of those.
Dang.
I'm sorry, I don't. I know like Powder Puff Girls, Samurai Jack, Sailor Moon, Scooby Doo, Pup Named Scooby Doo. I know those. I've never heard of the Littles or Beetlejuice. I mean, I know the movie. I don't know that. I didn't know they did a cartoon version of that. So I am learning. I'm learning. Yes, I remember the Batman one. I remember the
Batman the
Batman.
animated series was on in the I remember watching in the afternoons.
Batman Beyond in the afternoon.
Animaniacs. That was another one that was on.
Pinky and the
Tiny-
Brain.
We've had Greg Peters on before. He was the animator for that.
Yeah, Greg's a great guy. He's really cool.
Yes. Wonderful person.
There's so many shows, and I can show you. I can go on because I've got like a list of. I got a list. I can make a whole show out of it.
Well, that's kind of why I opened up with the Saturday morning cartoons, because I knew we could go on forever about that. And I
Oh
knew
gosh,
you had
and
Freakazoid. Huh.
Oh,
Freakazoid was great, yes.
Yeah.
I remember as a
Freakazoid.
kid when in the 80s, the whole purpose though of a cartoon was to promote the toy, and so you had you had your toy, your sugary breakfast cereal, your and it was and all be together like G.I. Joe, Transformers,
Thundercats.
yeah, Thundercats.
Thundercats.
Even My Little Pony did that for a while.
They had
No, they brought girls into it.
Star Wars even got into it. They had a C-3PO and Ewok show. C-3PO did droids with R2 and C-3PO, and they had a cartoon with the Ewoks. And it just and C-3PO had his own cereal, C-3PO cereal, which is basically Honey Nut Cheerios. So, and speaking of Honey Nut Cheerios, because one of the shows we're going to be doing for Saturday Morning Cartoons
segue.
is a guest we haven't announced, but Charlie Schlatter, who was going to be one of our guests, we haven't officially announced him, but he is signed. He played Kick Bukowski, and so he's the main character from the old Disney show Kick Bukowski. He's going to be one of our guests. He has started out in doing movies, then TV, and now doing a lot of voiceover work. His first movie was 18 Again with George Burns in 1988. And then he went and did the show with Dick Van Dyke.
Diagnosis Murder.
Diagnosis Murder. He was one of the doctors on that show. And then he's also the longest running voice of the Honey Nut Cheerio Bee.
Ooh.
So,
No shit.
yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
he'll be there. And
Yeah, we got the Honey Nut Cheerio.
he's bringing this really cool thing called VoiceOver to Go.
As 2 commercials you got now.
Yeah, exactly. And he's bringing this thing called VoiceOver to Go with them. And basically, any fan that shows up, they can go in for like 5 minutes with any of our guests that we're going to have there. And they get to sit down with them for about $60. And they get to do whatever script from out of their show. Or if they want to do their phone, or their ringtone for their phone, their message for their phone, they can do whatever they want. But they got 5 minutes in there with any voice actor that we're going to have as a guest there. And basically what they're going to be able to do is go and record that, and then they get a little voiceover to go flash drive, take it home with them, and it's theirs forever.
Yeah.
See?
Cool.
Well, see, not only are we going to have the Honey Nut Cheerio bee, Amy mentioned Sailor Moon earlier.
Yep.
And we are going to have the gal from the old early 90s Sailor Moon, the Canadian Deke version. She did, because when they did Sailor Moon, they had to basically throw out a lot of the stuff in there and kind of make it its own show.
Awesome.
And so she did all the music. So she's doing a concert with all the old Sailor Moon. You know, she's doing the she is the one named Sailor Moon.
Yay, her awesome.
She's gonna be doing all these shows, and she also, yep, there you go. She also the voice of the Hot Pocket. So what she gonna eat? Hot Pocket.
Pockets.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why do we have to talk about cereal? Okay, so because we're talking about cereal, right? I feel like this is important because everyone always labels me as weird, and I feel like you guys are my people. So you guys want to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm with you.
So when Saturday morning cartoons, kind of like went off. So when I was in like middle school or high school, I would get up early and I would play on my Xbox. Okay. Now, granted, I was younger. My metabolism was fabulous. I could eat whatever I wanted, right? I would get, oh my gosh, a box of Lucky Charms cereal and just eat the marshmallows out of the box. Does anyone else do that, or is it just me? My kids have inherited this, and they do that.
I used to do that with Lucky Charms, and then Pac-Man cereal had marshmallows in it. And then there was a S'mores Crunch cereal that had marshmallows in it. Yeah. Yeah. I always joke with somebody, I should have been a writer on Family Guy, because I know as much stupid crap. I watched a lot of TV as a kid.
Yeah, but my dad was cheap, so he had the off-brand version. So he had like mediocre charms.
Mm-hmm. No, I
That'd be a
get
good
it.
name.
See, but now, at least like down here, right at HEB has their own version of it. And oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, them marshmallows are good because I still do that, and my kids do that, and it really drives my husband bonkers. That he'll get the box of cereal and pour it, and there's no freaking marshmallows in it, but it's so satisfying. It's so satisfying for me. I'm just like, I got you. It's so great. I'm messed up, I know, but I used to do that.
They actually sell just marshmallows version. It's hard to find it. But
I know, but it's just not as good.
The thrill of the chase.
It's not as fun as having to get a handful and pick out the marshmallows and you put all the other nasty crap back. There's just something so satisfying about that.
Totally, absolutely.
I think
things that were great back in the day was eating the marshmallows out of there and then digging at the very bottom of the box to get the stupid toy in there that you had to have.
Yes. Man, I wish
that's
they
the reason
still
you get the
did
cereal.
that. That was so freaking awesome that they did that. You remember the Wonder Ball? That the big chocolate sphere that you would crack open to see like what other freaking candy was inside. Oh my gosh, I miss those things. It was so much fun. Or like I'm sure you guys had this too, but in like elementary school, if you read so many things, you got the little coupon and you could get your own personal pizza. Man, I'm telling you, we grew up in the time. The kids nowadays don't know anything about fun because that shit was fun. It was
that was actually
pizza. Oh yeah,
Cracker Jack used to actually have like little pinball games inside them.
Yeah.
And it's like now it's just stickers.
Like when you used to go to Pizza Hut and they had the salad bar and it was actually like a restaurant. And I remember vividly when the movie The Land Before Time came out.
Oh, I missed that.
We went to Pizza Hut and they had these little hand puppets. So if you bought if you got a pizza, you got a hand puppet with it. It's somewhere floating around here. I know I've got a couple of them just still like in a box somewhere, still floating around.
Basement somewhere.
I remember like sitting there for hours. My brother and my sister and I, we just sit there and just like make up our own version of the and we just every other show that McDonald's had a toy for or whatever cereal toy we had or other like Transformers or G.I. Joe, they were all included and we make this giant movie. And I'm like, man, if we tried to do this today, copyright would just be insane.
No
Oh
kidding.
yeah. Oh my gosh, it would be. But those things are so like I don't know. I like reminisce on those things from my childhood. That my kids don't get, and I'm like, man, y'all growing up in a boring time because we were having
They really are.
Mhm.
They do have Bluey. We didn't have Bluey.
That's okay. That's okay. Because we had to be really creative, I think, back then too. There was a lot more of I remember when the third Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi, came out, and every one of us, because I was a military kid, and every one of us on the base, our bikes, they weren't bikes, they were the speeder bikes, and we were going through the forest and crashing.
Oh my gosh, yes. And
Yes.
then my biggest one that I miss, right? Because I feel like, I don't know, this is the greatest thing. I wish it would come back. I miss Blockbuster. Does
Oh my
anybody
gosh,
else
yes.
miss that?
Yes.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, when you would go and you would find the movie that you want, and you'd look behind to grab it, and you'd be like, shit, it's not there. And you'd be mad, and you'd be like, what the hell? I came because it's Friday night movie night, and I'm gonna get my popcorn and my candy, and I'm either gonna get a game or I'm gonna get a movie. And then they're like, oh, that movie's gone. To hell it is. I want my movie. You know, like it's one of those things. I miss going. I remember going and doing that. You had to you had like 3 doors you had to go through, you know, to get in.
Yeah. The little vestibule thing where you drop off and
Yes. Oh my gosh. I
What I
passed
miss
by an
is
old
also-
one. I miss it.
You know what I miss going to the rental store was going to get a video game. Now, back in my day, it was Nintendo.
I had the 64. Okay. I had the
And the one
we
thing-
have it within reach
The
for
one thing
some
I miss
reason.
about the Nintendo, though, and anyone that grew up with a Nintendo will know this.
yes.
And that's the
Yes.
only way to fix it.
You know, like if you could only fix things in the real world, like, oh, my Coke's gone flat. You know, the car
Yeah.
won't start.
Right.
You know,
Oh my.
the world like that.
I remember that. And they had such, oh my gosh. I remember like the Toy Story game that was on that. My sisters would play. And then they had
Mhm.
like the Sega, right? They had like Little Mermaid and Aladdin and stuff. I kind of vaguely remember that because I was only like, I don't know, 5 or 6, I guess, when that came out. But like, no, I remember going and getting that. And then, you know, it slowly turned into like the PlayStation and everything. But
Mhm.
I still have my 64 and I plug it in every now and then. You still got to blow on those things to make them. But then they
Yeah.
Oh,
work.
yeah.
They flat out work, though. I'm telling you, it's the
Yep.
greatest thing.
I think
Yes.
One summer, I think it was 92. One summer, my brother and I, that whole summer, I don't think we took Sonic the Hedgehog 2 out of the darn PlayStation, like that, or the Sega. I think that thing stayed in there, you know. And I always loved turning it on. You had the Sega.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. I'm
Oh,
telling
man.
you. Y'all are
You
my people.
You know what I miss is, remember back in the 80s, our moms would kick us out of the house like
Yep.
after Saturday morning
Mhm.
cartoons, and we went out and we played. We didn't come back until the streetlights came on.
Yep. Streetlights
Right.
come on. It's time to go home.
Get your bike and get out of my house.
Well, but that's back when you could. Like nowadays,
Yeah.
I wouldn't want my kids to go out there. I mean, you got FedEx people that are dangerous. Okay, so I can't let my kid go out. I'm like, you can go play in the backyard on the trampoline where I can watch you. And if anyone steps in my yard, they're going to be eaten by dogs. You know, I've got it. But, you know, I don't know. It's one of those things. But I remember that. We used to play in the front yard, and I had
Yeah.
friends like down the street. We would just
Yeah.
go, and, you know, it was
Well,
different.
well, following the mosquito fogger on the bikes.
Well, you know,
This
the
is
thing
Texas.
Caroline and I found for Christmas. I don't know if you've seen the movie 8-Bit Christmas, but if you get a chance, watch it. I know Christmas is over, but if you get a chance, watch it. It's got Neil Patrick Harris in there, and he's explaining to his daughter how he got his first Nintendo. How he got the original Nintendo. It's a whole story. And as you're watching the movie, yep, did that. Yep,
Yeah,
did that.
yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Oh, yep, remember
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah.
You know, and there's a scene where they're in the mall and they're using walkie-talkies because they're trying to buy Nintendo. Kids trying to come up with this whole overt operation. They're using walkie-talkies, and I think my youngest is like, "Why don't they just use their cell phone?"
Oh my gosh, yes. They're never going to understand the brick phone. What was it? Nokia? Was it
Oh,
the
gosh,
Nokia
yes.
phones that you could never destroy with the
That
flashlight
big
on the top?
freaking plastic,
Uh-huh.
flip it out, pull your little antenna up. It's
Oh
huge.
my gosh.
And not
Yes.
fit in your pocket.
Ew.
Oh
You
yeah.
must have
But
a pair of pants for those.
it was like the Nokia phones though, like were indestructible. I mean, I feel like you
Yeah.
could drop them from like a 30-story building and they would still be just fine. Like
My
it
dad
was
drove over
nothing's made
his.
like that. It was
My dad
great.
drove over his, no problem.
I'm
And then, of
I
telling
think
you.
we've got one in the basement somewhere. Couldn't throw it away.
And then, of course, the spelling on the phones, because you had to click like 3 times.
Oh, the
Oh, my
T9
God,
where you
yeah.
gotta, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
today where you just kind of wiggle your finger and it
I'm-
makes
and
words.
I'm sorry, we had some great toys. We really had some great toys
have some
growing
good
up. You know?
toys.
And they were
Oh
made of
my
die-cast metal. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I actually bought. We were at a convention a few months back, and somebody was selling old Transformers, and I'm a sucker for them. And so I bought some of them. And oh man, I just love how these are metal, a little bit of plastic on the side, but mostly all metal.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, now it's just like things are made to last, I don't know, 5 or 6 plays and then they're broken. You got to go buy another one. I can't tell you how many. I mean, the Bluey toys are not like that. I've had to buy new Bluey toys because my dog eats them. But like cars and things like that. I mean, I've gone through Barbies, all kinds of stuff. But no, I mean, I remember, we had just all kinds of stuff. Well, you could take me back to then. It was great. I remember the CD player when I got a portable CD player for the first time. I had my headphones. I was playing basketball, and every time I would jump, my damn CD would skip. And it was like the greatest thing. And now you have like Bluetooth speakers. You don't even have to like wear anything.
Right?
I know.
I remember my Walkman, and the best thing about the Walkman, you'd be listening to your song, and oh yeah, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa,
There goes the battery.
Yep.
Oh man,
good time.
Went through so many
or cassette
batteries.
tapes when you got it like when you pulled it out, you're like, oh, now you got to fix
Gotta
it.
get the pencil.
man! I think
Which is not even
T9.
Bluey.
Yep.
Yeah,
Gotta get the pencil.
I'm pretty sure T9 is like part of the reason why, like now, even when I text, I spell the entire word out because in T9 it was just you had all those like abbreviations and stuff, and it really irritated me. Where I'm like, I'm just gonna write this entire thing out because I can. But T9 then was great because you're like, man, if it was a long ass word, like my last name, can you imagine how long that would take me with T9? But like here, I got like a keyboard. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm totally gonna do it because back then, you didn't. You were T9 in because you were trying to have your phone out in between class.
Yeah, to
But what was
communicate.
there was the Sidekick phone. Do you guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
I remember that.
Oh my god.
Everybody wanted that.
Yeah, and now it's just like the bigger the screen, right? Like I have the flip, or the fold, which is cool. Like it opens up and stuff. But it's like I remember when you had the Sidekick and it just flipped open, and I'm like, man, I wish they would just like kick it back old school. I feel like those things were so much cooler than what we have today. Today's
BlackBerry with the whole
great.
It
keyboard.
was like the switchblade of phones.
Oh my gosh, it was. Oh my gosh. And I remember I wanted the first cell phone I think I ever got that I like bought with my own money was the pink Razor. That was like the happening phone. Everyone had to have it. It was like legit, right? And then those kind of lasted longer, but now you have touch screens and things break and you're afraid to drop your phone. Back then, oh my gosh, the pink paint was coming off my phone and it had been dropped so many times and it was still working. It was wonderful. So, I'm telling you,
No.
I miss those things. I miss
There
them.
is no more durability.
Oh no.
Yeah.
They last a year at best.
Then
Mhm.
the battery starts going, and then the memory starts going, and
It's bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's just take me back. Take me back.
Oh, I hear
And
you.
there is another thing. We had to learn cursive. All these
Yep.
geeky apps
Yep.
now.
Yep.
You can write something in complete cursive. They'll be like, what the heck is this?
Hey, we know how to sign
code for grown-ups.
It's a cipher.
Yeah.
We're only grown-ups now.
Yeah, we know how to sign our name though. We can do signatures. Okay. Just saying. And plus, okay, so this is gonna sound really bad because my job is social media, so no one come for me. Okay. I do social media marketing for a living, so don't come for me. But we didn't have that. So we didn't have videos and shit. So you had to just pay attention and remember what happened because you weren't ever gonna see it again. So if someone fell off their bike in an epic way, you had to just engrave that in your mind. Because but at the same time, you're grateful that, that video didn't go viral of you falling off down the ditch and all this stuff, right? So that made
glad.
great.
So glad I wasn't a teenager when YouTube was around.
I'm telling you. Yes, it was a wonderful thing. So
We also did a lot
You
of
didn't
bad
know
stuff.
something, you had
Back.
to look it up in a book.
Yeah.
What are the stats for this? Let me go look it up.
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Nostalgia Saturday. This has made me so happy. Y'all are just my people. Y'all
That's
are
how
my
we are all the time. We're always like, especially when my brother's with us. Oh my gosh, it's just one giant nostalgia party.
Glad we can throw some dust at your Saturday.
Oh,
I,
we're-
I remember, like, what was it? Like when in the 80s, we did a lot of bad stuff and everything was written in pen and paper. So by now it's gone. So there is no record of anything bad we did in the 80s. We got
Oh my
so
gosh,
much.
your jacket reminds me of Kevin Smith.
So many things this man does reminds me of Kevin Smith.
Like
I've
legit.
been referred to as Kevin Smith and Jack Black combined together.
Oh my gosh, yes. Those are
That
the
is who I
greatest
married.
compliments because to me they are like the greatest people. So yes, but I was sitting there and you pushed up your sleeves and I was like, you remind me of someone in that jacket. And I was sitting here pinpointing it and I was like, I think it's Kevin Smith. And I had
It's
to
the
freaking
backwards
Google
hat.
it. I had to Google it to make sure I was thinking of the right person. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the biggest compliment to you. Like, oh, it's so
It's the
wonderful.
backward hat too. That does it.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
When I was younger, actually, people used to say I look like Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, you
And,
do.
So if you see like an old picture of me, I was showing it because my staff was like, whatever. I showed an old picture from like Lost Boys, Kiefer Sutherland. Like, oh my God, that does look like you, But
Yeah.
it's really funny, But now I'll take the Kevin Smith, Jack Black,
Hey, those are great compliments. I would take it.
I'm laughing because I used to get the Christian Slater.
I like it.
Ooh.
William in the Cube.
They did better movies than that.
I love that movie.
I was thinking Heathers now,
That's another good
Oh,
movie.
Heathers.
blowing people up and
What was the movie where he had
Teenage
to use
Bad
what was the
Boy.
movie he had to use the Tweety?
Oh, that was the cops one.
Cuffs.
Cuffs. Yes, cuffs.
cuffs.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You guys are totally about to hate me, but I can't think of a single movie that I've seen with Christian Slater in it.
Oh
Have you seen
no!
the show Archer?
No,
Have you seen Robin Hood? What was
Yeah.
it?
Prince of Thieves.
Prince of Thieves.
no.
Oh man!
I
Damn,
know.
you're
I
useless.
told you. I knew.
Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow.
No, I know who it is. I've never seen a
Dang.
movie with him though. Like I know who he is. So I'm not saying I don't know Christian Slater. I do. So don't come for me. I do.
Love his voice.
I need some Baileys now.
You're useless.
Okay. Well, maybe he's not the person I was thinking of. Oh no, he totally is. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go through these movies. Hold on. Hold, please. Because I can like picture it. He had like the slick back hair in one of the stupid movies. Hold on.
Most of them.
Yeah, most of
No, I know, but the one that I'm
Yeah,
thinking of, and he was like,
especially when he was younger, like
Mhm.
he was like a bad guy in this movie.
Prince of
Mm,
Thieves.
No.
I would say he was more neutral in Prince of Thieves. He was
Yeah,
on both
well-
sides.
Well, the whole Robin Hood thing is he a good guy? Is he a bad guy? That's
Yeah.
the whole story. So
And then the end, of course, he ended up being good. So
Let's
you got kids. You've
see.
seen Fern Gully?
he was in the movie Ferngully.
Yeah.
I remember that movie.
He was animated, but he was in it.
Yeah, I remember that one, but it was one, man. I can't think of it, but like the scene. I mean, I watched the TV show Archer. Is he in that?
Yeah. He plays the character Slater.
Yeah, he plays the character named Slater.
he was in the one with
His last
Morgan
name?
Freeman too.
Oh,
The bank
Rain?
robber. Hard
Oh
Rain.
yeah.
All right.
Was it
I'm
30
thinking of
Miles
the
from
wrong
Graceland?
Slater.
man.
30,000 Miles from Graceland. No, he's in that movie.
Oh, Hard Rain was one of my faves.
Man, I can't think of it, but he
Oh,
has
Brian,
his
you
Above
hair.
the volume. True Romance.
God, he has his hair slicked back, and he's like, I don't know. He did something. He was like an
Well, we know
asshole.
he'll
He
be
like
watching
played.
Christmas Slater movies later.
Right?
Yeah, he played this chick or something. Like he was an asshole to this chick, and he's like, well, that's just how it crumbles. But I may be thinking of the guy from Mask. I could totally be thinking of that too because they both had slick back hairdos. So I don't know. But I see his movie list, so I will. But I do watch the show Archer because I love that. I'm waiting for the new season.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
he's
it
what
takes
with the
them out.
CIA. He plays the character of the CIA.
With the CIA,
named
yeah.
Slater.
Mhm.
The one that nobody likes.
The one that everyone
Right.
hates.
Yeah, nobody likes, and they're just like, oh,
With
just
his hair
stop
slicked
it.
back.
With
Yeah.
his hair slicked back. Yeah, that's the guy.
Oh, okay. See, now that makes so much sense. So much sense. God, I should have known that. Oh, he was in
Well-
Hollow Man too. Oh, okay.
What
Amy's.
is Kevin Bacon in Hollow Man 1?
Who was in Hollow Man on Kevin Bacon? Didn't he play Hollow Man?
Yeah, it was Hollow Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The one thing about that movie, because I will never watch that movie again, is when he killed the invisible dog. And I was
Oh.
just like, oh, hell to the no. We are never watching this movie again. I cried. Okay,
That was like I
love it.
remember being in the movie theatrical release of Independence Day, and the scene in there where the aliens attack. All these people are getting killed,
Mhm.
and nobody's reacting. But when the dog jumps out of the way of the beam and is saved,
Yes.
the whole
Mhm.
theater erupted. I'm like, that's kind of cool and a little scary at the same time.
It's true. I'm telling you. I think
That's true.
people like animals more than they like people. Okay.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
actually true.
True.
Can you blame them?
Mhm.
No, I don't blame them at all. I'm with them. I mean, besides my own kids, I love my own
Well,
kids. I would take an alien, beam or whatever for my kids, but I don't know. It's them
It
and
was in
my
a
dog.
Star Trek.
Unfortunately, our dog would probably try to go after the alien. I bet we have a little Welsh corgi. He'd probably try to go after the aliens. Like, hey guys, what's up? You got treats.
Oh,
It was in Legend of Billie Jean, which takes place in Texas.
Legend of Billie Jean was a good movie.
Yeah, that was Corpus
Yeah, that was a
Christi.
good movie.
Mm.
Yep.
No, what is it? I recently watched
Recently
Roadhouse.
watched- I like it.
Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Yeah, I recently watched that one again. I've seen it and I
Crazy.
love it. You know, when he pulls the guy's throat out and stuff, I'm just like, oh yes, I'm here for it.
Do you know Roadhouse is the nickname we've given John
Given-
Swayze?
Yes.
That is now his new nickname is Roadhouse.
That's his code name.
Yeah, that was
Over
his
the
code-
walkie-talkies.
We gave our guests when they came in the airport code names, and he was Roadhouse. And yeah, that's right. We're crazy about Swayze. And
I like it.
he
I like
he
that.
loves that. And so when we saw him with his daughter, she goes, "I want a code name." Well, John is Roadhouse, and you can be Olivia Little House.
Nice.
Aw.
And she loved
Nice.
it. She's like, "Okay, I'll be Little
She
House."
did. She totally owned it.
I love that. Oh my gosh, they don't
Uh,
make movies like they used to, like Roadhouse.
No, they
and
don't.
stuff.
No.
They really
Oh
don't.
my
As I said,
gosh.
that movie, that 8-Bit Christmas, if you get a chance, check it out because it really has that old 80s feel to it, that nostalgia.
Okay.
It's a corny movie, but it's really,
Mm.
really cute. I highly
I love
recommend it.
corny things. Like that's up
Well,
my alley. So
It's
yeah.
Neil Patrick Harris. He's always entertaining.
He is.
Oh, I love him. Okay,
He's always
it'll be
fun
on
to
my list. It's on
I
my
actually
list.
liked him in Joan of Arc. That was actually a
He
good
was
movie.
good in that.
Mm-mm. I
He
don't
was
think
a
I've
major.
seen
He was a major a-hole, but yeah.
But fun to
He
watch.
does he plays that very good. He does play an
Yes.
a-hole very good. I've never seen the show that you're talking about.
Oh, you need to watch that one. That was a good one.
Mhm.
That's
It's kind of
okay.
like,
I've never seen Stranger Things, so I get so much grief for that.
oh, you know what though? Okay, look, I'm gonna
Yeah.
be straight up honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't
you're not missing
necessarily know if you're missing anything because it's kind of like a Goonies meets scary vibe.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It's one of
I
those
think
Not
if
even-
all our 80s talk, it would totally go with the theme of today's show.
Uh-huh.
It would. Yes, it definitely would. What is that one? God. It was Hercules, and there was this lady. Who's the lady?
Xena.
Tina?
Xena.
Yes. Okay, I've also never seen that either.
What? Yeah,
One, I
Xena.
could never remember the damn name. If that didn't tell you something, the fact that I couldn't remember her name, it should have, because I know of it and I can visually see her. I don't remember the name. I've never
Okay.
seen
I
her.
met Hercules and couldn't remember my own name.
Yeah, she met
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo, and he's like, "Hi, what's your name?" Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
I met him
Caroline.
too, though. He was, I don't know, he was okay. He was kind of cool. I've never seen anything that he's in. So there's that thing for you too.
He-
You know?
he's actually a
I
good
will admit, when
person.
Xena came out, I was in my early 20s, and I did not watch it for the show.
Of course not.
Of
Of
course
course
not.
not.
Bless you for Gabrielle.
Her outfit was gorgeous, though. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
just saying she could pull her outfit off. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just
I have
be
no
clear.
idea what's going on, but I just like watching the images. You know, I'm not-
Little Hercules.
Oh
Mhm.
my gosh, that must be Mason.
Could be.
It is.
It
It
is.
is.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
Hi,
No, it
Mason.
is. I named my Chihuahua Hercules. Does that count? I think that counts because
Sure.
he very much
Totally.
acted like
Now,
it.
the
Very
Disney Hercules, that movie is amazing, and
Yes, I feel like it's
Mhm.
so underrated. Like when I asked so many people about it, and they're like, "Nah, that wasn't my favorite." Oh my gosh, the music in there, the whole like plot premise of it, I'm here for it. My youngest loves that movie, and I will sit on my ass and watch that movie till it's over.
Yeah, I love Meg. She was like the coolest. Like I want to be like Meg. When I was younger, I was like, I want to be like her.
and the voice actor.
I want the
plays her.
muses in my life. I want those muses narrating what goes on in my world.
Well, and the voice
Yes.
actor that plays her, that plays Meg, She is just so awesome. She was Belle in the live action Beauty and the Beast and Broadway.
The Broadway version.
Oh, okay. I was like,
And-
what?
And she goes,
No, that was
one thing
Hermione.
she says, like, I always try to get my kids into some of the stuff I was in. Like, hey, you want to watch Hercules? Or hey, you want to watch this show? I was in this show. Mom, we just want to watch anime. We want to draw it. We don't care about what you're in. Because like, people always ask me, are my kids going to follow my footsteps? No.
Oh my
And
goodness.
she was in a bunch of stuff. She was the mom in Steven Universe, and she's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, wasn't the guy that did the voice of Hades, wasn't he the guy that actually played Hades in Descendants?
James Woods?
I think so. Wasn't he the one that actually played it in the Descendants?
I don't know. I'd have to watch
Have to look.
Descendants again. It's
Yeah,
been a
been
while.
a long
I
time.
know. Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure it was, but you know, who knows?
All I think of James Woods is now him from Family Guy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
All I really
Oh,
remember
yeah.
from Descendants is how cool the jacket was. Was it Mal
Yeah.
that had the cool looking jacket?
Yes, I
Pretty
love
much
her.
all I remember from that movie.
Yeah, I know. My daughter loves the music for it, so I'm here for it. But okay, we're gonna kick it, to modern times. You guys, is anybody else excited for John Wick 4 to come out in March?
I am.
Oh my gosh, so am I. I'm so excited about it. Like, I don't think you guys understand. This whole journey started because they killed his dog, and I feel like I would totally do this if someone murdered my dog. I would be like, F you, I'm coming for you. So I'm so excited for this film to come out. And I haven't seen a
It's gonna
movie.
be awesome.
Okay, so I haven't seen a movie in theaters since the first Wonder Woman came out. Okay, so it's been a really long time.
Wow.
I'm waiting to buy my tickets to go see this bitch in IMAX because it's like the one film I'm going to go see is John Wick. Like, I love Keanu Reeves. I love John Wick. I'm here for it. So I just wanted to know if everybody else was excited because I am thoroughly excited for it.
I noticed that Mason was on there, and Mason is a huge Batman fan.
Yeah.
And so I looking back, I just thought, you know what? I heard Batman the animated series.
the one
That's
that-
gotta be Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We recently went to the theater and saw the new Avatar, and
Was it good or just graphics good?
yes,
Which
it was the
one?
graphics good. The story I felt was a little too long.
It was longer than it needed to be, but
It's
visually,
3
it's
hours.
gorgeous.
It's 3 hours. Yeah.
It was a little too long. They could have condensed it down to 2 hours, and I think we would have been fine. It looked way better than the first one.
Okay.
Visually, it
Which
was
the
amazing.
first one blew me
whole
away when we saw
underwater
it.
scenes and everything were just
Mhm.
wonderfully done. But I will say that after the second hour, I'm like, okay, I'm getting
We're
ready.
done.
It's a good movie. I liked it. I don't know if I'd sit through it again because it was just so long.
Mm.
Okay. See, so that's my reasoning
Yeah.
behind waiting until I can stream it because then I can just fast forward through boring ass shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge advocate for that. I know.
Well,
But we didn't
or
have
like
that
get
when
up
we
and
were
fold the laundry or do stuff, and
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Amazing.
Okay, I've gotten better about folding laundry. Okay, Greg, I've gotten better.
Speaking of streaming, because I love when they have you can stream at home and still in the theater.
Yeah.
And, I'll pay the extra just to be able to watch it at home. Have you seen the new Puss in Boots?
No,
I've
it's
seen
on
no.
my list
pieces
though.
on TikTok.
It's on
It
my
is
list.
amazing. I have to say,
The kids will enjoy it.
the kids
Okay.
loved it. And it's all. And there's a dog that wants to become a therapy dog, and he's
Little
disguising
perrito.
himself as a cat. And his whole upbeat look on life, even though he's had a horrible life, is amazing. And he's like the best character, stole the whole show.
Oh my
wow.
gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I mean, I'll
Yeah.
sit there with the kids and we'll be in the car. Hey, Gideon, I have one question. Who is your favorite fearless hero? And they'll start doing it because they're at that age now, they're teenagers, where everything I do is stupid. But at least that's stupid enough to where they like it.
Oh my gosh, you just got there? My daughter's gonna be 4 in July, and she already looks at me like I'm stupid. Especially if I put on 90s music, she looks at me like I don't want to listen to this. Mom, what is your problem? She's like, going on 4, which is actually going on 16, and I'm already an embarrassment for her. So I'm in the same boat as you, man.
Nope.
I'm glad to.
I'm with you. It doesn't change. It morphs a little bit, but that stays consistent.
Hey,
Yeah.
you know, I'm okay with it. I laugh at my own damn self. That's okay. I don't need them to
Yeah,
laugh.
well,
I'm good.
If you could see you doing that, you would laugh as well. You would also give yourself that look. So
I know. That's why I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna jam out to No Doubt Spider Webs. Okay, you have your
you
own.
hush. I got Spice Girls on. We're dancing.
I don't know that
You
drum,
will dance along, or
That-
you will sit in the other room.
that drum and bass beat for Hella Good by No Doubt comes
Oh.
in. You're like, yeah, I like this.
Oh my gosh, I know. And then I noticed that they're like kind of redoing older songs. You know, like what was it like?
Yeah.
Creep that they redid, Blue they redid.
Yep.
Mhm.
I heard that the other day and I was like, is that Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got all excited. And then they did like their voiceover to it. And I was like, oh, no.
Oh,
this-
oh.
Wait a minute.
No,
That
she-
ain't Rose.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And that's why I'm just like, I'm just going to go back to what I was listening to because it was good back then, you know? Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I
I'm
got
telling
letters
you.
to Cleo. I'm good.
Oh, yes. I'm telling you, there's certain things I have on. Just Spice Girls is one, TLC is another, No Doubt. Like, those play in my house. And then if I'm feeling like Hood and Ratchet, okay, we got Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Eminem. We go in that route, okay?
Now-
So it depends on my mood.
Not this year's Super Bowl, but the year before when they were in LA. I
Oh,
remember we
yes.
had a bunch of people at the house, and they were doing that whole medley, you know, of the R&B and rap. And all of a sudden, you hear California Love, and everyone from the age of like 30 to like 50
Generational gap.
jumps up.
Yes.
And everyone
Oh
just
my
jumping
gosh.
up.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it was so
And
loud
then
in my
Eminem
house.
was and when Eminem came out, did 8 Mile, everyone's just getting up there. Yeah.
I'm telling you, oh my gosh, like that to me was the best performance, right? And it was just like me and my husband just had like the surround sound. My kids were like asleep, but we were just jamming out. So I know I woke my kids up, but we were just all like, hell yeah, oh shit, yeah, this one. Yeah. Like, we were just like having our own moment. And I just was like, oh, this is the most classic thing. Like, oh my
50
gosh.
Cent came upside down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
you know,
iconic.
I think that was up there with. I think my two favorite performances of halftime was probably Prince. Prince was probably my favorite.
Of all time. yeah.
I mean, Prince is so amazing. He made it rain during
He did.
Purple Rain. you
That's
know? I mean,
why it
that's-
rained.
that was
Because
so
of
cool.
humanity.
Okay.
But that one, and when Lady Gaga did the halftime show, I thought that was amazing too.
Oh my gosh,
she
I'm
was
a
on an amazing show.
monster. I'm
She
a
does.
monster. I love her.
Have you ever
Yes.
seen her live?
Yes, I have. I've seen her
Oh my
live
gosh.
twice. It's amazing.
Amazing. An
freaking
amazing
amazing.
show.
Yes,
Yeah.
I dressed up for hers and it was just
That is worth
Never
cosplaying.
Oh yeah, gosh, yes.
yeah, I've never felt more just, you know, like family with everybody else around me. Okay, when I dressed up and I just had like rave paint on all over. Oh my gosh, it was the greatest experience of my life. And it was definitely worth my money and then some to go see her live. So if you ever get that opportunity,
Yes.
you should do
Absolutely.
it. It's freaking
I
amazing.
thought I was gonna be bored to tears. I like her stuff, but I thought I was gonna be kind of bored to tears. And we originally went because she was touring with a Japanese group called Baby Metal,
Uh-huh.
who's
Who happens to be the t-shirt I'm wearing right now.
who they're a bunch of like young teenage
Japanese
Lolita.
schoolgirl,
Yeah, and they sing
bubblegum, heavy metal.
Japanese pop
Nice.
with a death metal band playing behind them.
And they're awesome.
Right.
And so we originally went to go see them, and then we stayed for the Lady Gaga show, and I'm like, wow, this was an amazing show all around. I was really impressed. And she did
Yeah.
an onstage costume change. It was amazing. She was just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh.
She works like
Did the
Yeah.
piano and
every inch of her stage. She has gone like 500 times back and forth. She climbs shit. She plays the piano, lights shit
Yeah.
on fire. I mean,
Yeah.
she has so much. And then, you know, she'll end her show, then she'll come back. I know they all do encores, but she'll come back and play like a whole nother freaking set. I think she played like 5
Yeah.
or 6 songs. I was like,
Mhm.
yes, just can I just hug you? I just want to be by you. Yeah. No, I love her. Any opportunity would be great.
amazing.
Well, I have to ask now that we've gone down through
Memory lane.
almost an hour of memory lane and rabbit holes.
Hey,
Let's
I
talk
love
about
that.
Black Hills.
I feel like it feeds into Black Hills though, because you guys
does.
are like nostalgic, and all the people that you're bringing are like nostalgic, badass
is.
people everybody loves, right?
It's who we are,
should-
and
you should call
Black
it
Hills Con is
retro.
an extension of who we
You should
are.
have retro in there too.
We really, we and it's funny because our first third year, that was kind of our thing. We did retro,
Yeah,
but
retro
we
was
kinda
our
just
theme.
kept doing it ever since. You know,
That's how we
never went-
started with
never went
Saturday
away-
morning cartoons.
Never went away from
Yeah.
retro.
Once we got the licensing thing figured out, we just kept going with it.
There you go. But I know you have panels. Are you going to have a list where people can see the panels, or is it going to be online, or is it going to be?
Once we get the schedule worked out, we will have that online. In the meantime, panel submissions are still open. So anyone in the area, if you'd like to host a panel, you can submit yours.
We have a few spots left. It's pretty full. We're looking pretty good. Where we're moving this year is at the Monument. Used to be known as the Civic Center, but the Monument, when it was built in 1977, the first show they ever did, and this is where all the vendors and dealers are going to be, is the first person that played that venue was Elvis 2 weeks before he passed away.
Oh, wow.
And then the second show, and this is near and dear to my heart because I'm a big fan, the band Kiss play, and in '77, Kiss ruled the world.
Yeah.
So that, like I said, we're gonna be playing. We're gonna be having our convention where all the vendors and everything are in the same spot. Where a lot of iconic, and it's really cool. As you walk around the convention hall, they have pictures and a timeline of all the events they've had. It's really cool to see. It's a really cool building.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Yeah. We're gonna have lots of panels. Like we talked about Saturday morning cartoons. We're gonna do a food war again this year. Where we're gonna have all our industry guests get up and give them random food. They don't know this yet, but give them random food, and they've got to come up with something. Last year we did one. It went over so well. We're like, we got to do this again.
Yeah.
John Swayze shows up to the panel, and he goes, "Oh, we're making food. Well, here, good thing I got this." And he whips a pickle out of his pocket, and everyone's looking like, "Where? Why? Why do you have a random pickle?" Now, the story behind it is she had just ordered Jimmy John's for everyone, so they were
Right, they
eating,
just finished up
and
Jimmy John's
they're
for
like,
lunch.
"Hey, John, you gotta go to your panel." "Oh, okay. Well, I'll eat this up panel." So
I'll take this with me.
But he ended up using it while he was making his dish. I think he made a wrap with it. But yeah, it's just you got to be creative. Use everything that was in front of you, and everyone that was there, the guests that were there last year, they had a really great time. They said it felt more like summer camp, and I go, I like that summer camp. You know.
Right?
I love that. That's like the greatest compliment, I think, because it's just, fun, welcoming, inviting, which is like the greatest compliment. I think that's what everybody wants, like, for their shows, right? You want that atmosphere to be created and stuff, so people want to come back, and you have the cool compliments as like summer camp, right? That's freaking awesome.
Right.
I love it.
I think we tried to make Black Hills Con to be, what was it we liked about going to conventions? We've been doing this for over 20 years. We met at a convention. You know, and she was
Nerd love.
She was dressed up as Bubbles and Powerpuff Girls. So, we've been going for 20 plus years. I was a staff member at a convention in Colorado for years. I ran the Divine Art of Love karaoke for many, many years. And then eventually from that, I eventually opened my own store. We sold a bunch of imports from Japan. An anime store. The movie Mallrats. It was named after Buy Me Toys. We called it Buy Me Anime. But see, going back to Kevin Smith.
Relates back.
But and then from there we ended up just like, you know what? When we moved to South Dakota, because I wanted my kids to have that laid back environment where something a little smaller, where they could go ride their bikes down the street and don't have to worry about somebody just snatching them, And I kind of wanted them to have that. Thanks, Mason. We are. You are too. Go to bed, Mason. But there's a joke about that when Greg, when you get up here, you and Lizzie, I'll tell you about when you get to Mason will be up here. You'll get to know about the go to bed Mason joke. It's a big inside joke with him. But we wanted when we started this, we went to like, how do we want to do this? Because there's no convention because the one they had out here had closed down. But we didn't want to just make it an anime convention, which we were mostly familiar with. Even though that a lot of people that attend our convention are anime fans, we want to make it for everyone. So, there are people that are Star Trek fans, Star Wars fans, anime fans, Doctor Who fans, a little bit of everything. And I think that's where you can also throw that whole nostalgia and being nostalgic about it. Being a big '80s kid, I love the '80s. I'm always I mean, if anyone has seen our house, it's people walk in there like it's not a house, it's a museum. I mean, I've collected football stuff for years. I swore I was never gonna get the Funko Pops until I started getting them signed, and I'm like, these look really cool signed, and now I've got like over 100 of those stupid things. But
Story memorized.
I love it.
It's all
but yeah,
good.
but that's how the whole thing came. We wanted to approach it. What would I want to see as a fan?
Mhm.
And we do. We do. We ask our attendees sometimes. Hey, what do you want to see? What kind of guests you want to see? What kind of things you want to see? That's why, like this year, we're really excited. We have 8 industry guests, and we've got I think Tom Ross is coming back. He's a local artist. Used to work for Marvel. We got the Con Hour coming up.
We got PBS with
PBS
Science
is coming up with
Steve
Science
doing
Steve, yeah.
his whole science show for the kids.
Kevin McCreever, who is promotes stuff for Harmony Gold and Robotech. He is a really cool guy. I've seen him at other events. And being an '80s kid, I love Robotech. As a kid.
Huge game room with video games, arcade games, tabletop games, RPGs.
We have a place called Press Start, and they have a upper level where it's got modern video games and stuff, and the tickets you can win, and then there's a bar and a pizza place, and all kinds of stuff on the top level. And the bottom level, you go down, they've got old school cabinet games.
Nice.
Pac-Man, Centipede, Joust. And so, yeah, they're going to loan us 2 or 3 of those games, and they'll be for free. So if anyone wants to go in the gaming room and just play some old school video games, you can sit there, get on it, and just, have a great time. We've got, Christina Kelly. She was in Food Wars, Kami Got Kill. She's in the new Chainsaw Man. We got Bryn April coming up. She's in Chainsaw Man and Attack on Titan, which I know there are a lot of Attack on Titan fans out there. Brianna Roberts, who I love to death. She came out here year 3. Brianna, she was she's known as Anna Mom because every character she plays is usually the mom. She goes, so I might not last the whole entire the whole entire episode, but yeah, she we got Stephanie Young, who's in One Piece, My Hero Academia, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. John Grimion, who I know you also know. He's in Food Wars and Vampire Hunter D and My Hero Academia. We got Jennifer Sheehy, who is the Sailor Moon. She did the music for Sailor Moon. And she's doing a concert, and she also does.
So she'll be doing the Sailor Moon concert right after the costume contest.
And she does,
but before the burlesque show.
And Hot Pocket. We got Charlie Schlatter, who was in 18 Again with George Burns. And he's also the voice of the Flash in the animated Flash. And he's Kick Bukowski, and he's the Honey Nut Cheerio Bee. And we just announced Brittany Kabowski. So we've got so many guests coming up here that I know people are going to want to interact with, get to know, get to talk to, and it's going to be fun.
Now, another thing is, from what my understanding is y'all show is almost like 98% cosplay. People coming to.
We have a lot of cosplayers.
Got a lot of cosplayers.
Even we have a lot of staff members that are cosplayers.
Got a lot of cosplayer staff members.
Nice.
Now, if you could turn the camera around, I've got 2 mannequins with dresses on them right now.
She's always got something going on here. And another thing is she's gonna blush when I say this. Our the person that works with all our vendors and does all our artwork, Morgan, who you can find at GutsyBug9. I just heard her go, oh my god. She does all our artwork and what we do is the first year during 2020, right? Well, we can't do an event. Let's do an online thing. So we did this really cool thing where she created little caricatures.
That's so
we had
cute.
Tiffany Grant from Evangelion. We had Amanda Leaf from Evangelion, Spike Spencer, and Allison Keith Shipp from Evangelion. So she did these little chibis, and that kind of became the whole thing. Mason does an amazing Batman cosplay.
Mason has several Batmans.
Now every time, and we do them on these huge metal prints, so it's kind of hard to see a little bit.
Yeah, because it's super shiny because it's on metal.
This is the
Nice.
This is the one we did for John Swayze, and it's got some of his characters on there, and then it's got a picture of them on there. And he goes, Okay, I recognize all my characters in there, but who's the guy in the middle? That's you.
I mean,
Joe.
that's you.
And he goes, oh, I'm hot.
Hey.
I love John.
That sounds like John.
But yeah, but no, that's one thing we do. And our guests, our industry guests that have their own caricature made, they get their own picture. And then we have some of the limited edition cells. So when the artists are sitting there signing, they'll have some of those that fans can purchase if they want to take home a limited print. And Morgan does all that artwork. And I told her, we got 8 guests this year. If you want to just do one of them at Mount, no, I'm doing all 8. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I like it.
Very nice.
So it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff to do. And like I said, we're 20 minutes away from Mount Rushmore. If anyone wants to come up, it's anyone I know that we got lots of friends in Colorado. They take a 7-hour drive, come up here.
Amy, escape the kids, escape the heat. Come on up. I
Well,
will drink
okay.
with you.
Oh,
and then we're doing
You
an
had
18
me at
plus.
drinks. You had
An
me
18 plus
at
show
drinks.
coming up this year, and the monument said, "Hey, you want us to leave the bar open?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because those-
The burlesque show is going to be 2 hours long this year instead of the one we did last year.
And the burlesque-
Wait, you have a burlesque show? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I love you.
And
And
love
those ladies understood
That's
the
freaking
assignment and they nailed
We
it.
told them pop culture last year, and there was one started out with a Perry the Platypus, and she had a little hat on and a trench coat, and then lost those and
Oh
Dance to
my
the theme song.
gosh.
and went into this
Amazing.
whole like Star Wars thing where she had these red lightsabers and did this dance, and then all of a sudden threw the red lightsabers and pulls out these other 2 blue lightsabers.
I have no idea where she was hiding those
No.
lightsabers. I don't know where they
Hey, I don't know if we want to know, but that sounds freaking awesome. I'm a huge fan of burlesque shows. I think they're amazing. And so I'm a huge fan of them. So, oh my gosh, I had no idea. That's so freaking cool. I don't know of any other, Comic-Con that does that. That's freaking awesome. Like,
But like I said, fans,
Oh, they
That's
nailed it. They did an
fans,
amazing
they know
job.
what they want, and you ask them, okay, fine, we'll see what we can do to get that. We'll see what we can do to get that. See what we can do to get that. That's how this thing keeps growing. We're in our 5th year, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'm okay with that.
And now we have to move to the Civic Center because we've outgrown the hotel.
yes, we can be friends. I'm hoping that that's for me. If not, I'm going to claim that as me and say that we're friends.
Okay.
So, yeah,
Well-
It was me that typed it, Amy.
Well,
It
let
was
me tell you,
me.
once
We're already friends.
Oh,
We're already
I'll tell you,
friends.
once you're a part of Black Hills Con, I mean, you come up there,
You don't
you're-
escape.
You're family for life. I mean,
Well-
everyone is included. I know the other conventions have done that, but everyone it's your family for life. And yeah, I
Love
remember
it.
Jade
Yeah.
and Mason went. It was really funny because they're very young, and Mason, even though he's 19, he's more of a 29, 30, 19-year-old, and
Mature. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
he's awesome. We love him to death, even though when he was 16 years old, and I'm not going to tell the story, but
Yeah,
if you
you
ever
will.
want to hear the story of little Hercules, you have to come up here and I'll tell you that it is hysterical.
Oh, well,
It requires
I'm gonna have
alcohol for
fun.
knowledge.
I'm going to have fun listening to all of these stories.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. And that's my brother. My brother and I, because she gets so mad. My brother and I, whenever we get together, and my brother comes up from Colorado, we have a good time. And we run a lot of stuff together. And my brother is just as excited as I am. And it's funny because all we do is reminisce the whole time. And people are like, before we know it, we got like a little group around us. Like, oh, we're just enjoying what you're talking about.
Oh, I love it. Then
Boys are entertaining to
that's how
watch.
It should be. It should be that way, like where it's just like people just want to be around and enjoy because everyone has like similar interests or things like that. I think that's like the whole purpose of it. And so, freaking burlesque show, you had me. That's freaking awesome. Like,
And I think John Swayze
Come
said
on
it
out.
best. I think John Swayze said it best. You have to find your tribe and you build around that. And then from there, and that's so true.
Well, I look forward to adding people to our family list. Let's put it that way.
yes.
And one of the things, and I was talking to Lizzie about this, is I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you should fly," but I'm a driver. I love driving and I love seeing the scenery. And I've never driven through that area, and I look forward to just soaking in the nature of it all.
Have you ever met Wendy Powell?
Yes,
I've
I
not-
have.
Okay.
Not in person.
Okay. Wendy she was a voice actor in Full Metal Alchemist. She's a high school teacher She's a voiceover coach, and she also promotes and is a booking agent for a lot of talent going to conventions.
Yes.
So I talk to her a lot, and pack a lunch if you're going to talk to her. I mean that in the nicest way because you guys, she's one. When I first met her on the phone, or when I first talked to her on the phone, she calls me up and we're talking about South Dakota. She goes, I love South Dakota. I've literally peed everywhere in South Dakota. It is amazing. Like, Wendy, you and I are going to get along just fine.
I love it. I love it.
Well, what a lot of people don't know is for us, it's going to actually be a 19-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a little brutal. Wow.
Amy, you fly.
Yeah, I was going to say, and I'm not a good flyer, but I am a
No.
worse road tripper. Because, I mean,
Are we there
only
yet?
2
Are we
hours.
there yet? Are we there
Oh
yet?
my gosh, no, it's not even like that. So Texas is so freaking huge. Okay, like 13 hours, you're still in the same state. Okay, let's be real.
No, I grew up in Dallas.
Oh God. Okay, so I'm in Bryan. Okay, 2
Mhm.
hours like southwest, right? And okay, I just hate. We do a 2.5 hour drive to my mom's house in San Antonio, and I just hate it. Like I'm just like you're sitting in the same space nonstop. My kids are in the background. Mom, I want this. Mom, I want that. And I'm just like, I want everyone to shut the hell up. Okay. And I wish that this car did like 500. So we were already there. Like it just really tests my patience being in such a confined space for so long. And 2 hours is not that long. I understand. But for me, it's a freaking eternity. It just is. And then there's traffic because, you know, in the bigger cities, I feel like no one can drive on highways and it makes me nervous. And I'm just over here like, we should have just freaking flown. It would have been like a 30-minute flight. Would have been great. I would have just paid for it. We should have just done it. Okay. Should have just sucked it up and done it. So yeah, a 19
Suck
hour.
it up, Buttercup.
Yeah,
Right?
a 19-hour
Suck
drive.
it up,
for me.
Buttercup.
God,
But
that
you
sounds
got,
so
you got
miserable.
Buc-ee's?
Even if I stop at Buc-ee's, because then I'm
You
like,
know,
shit, I got to get back in
Liz-
the car with these people.
Lizzie,
Like,
I think there's only going to be one on the way there and one on the way back.
Dang
Well,
it.
and when you stop, it takes longer. So you just spend the whole stop wanting to get back on the road. So you're there already.
I know, yes. And I try
Well-
to time my travels when my kids will sleep, right? Like they're ideal if I really wear them out. They're asleep the entire freaking time. So what I don't have to stop, I don't have to listen to them, and I can just do my own thing. Okay. Like
Listen
it's
to your own music
I'm
without
such
them
an awful
complaining about it.
person. Yeah,
Well,
I'm an
my-
awful person. You don't want to have me around on those situations. Like you just
Dude, you're a mom. I
I hate it.
understand.
My
Oh
stupid-
yes. I love it.
My stupid car comes up with a thing and it goes ding and there's a coffee cup sitting right there in front of me and it says time to take a break. And then if I don't, it pops up every 5 minutes and it's like,
Oh
oh, this
my
is
God.
annoying as hell.
Wow. Okay.
And then you take a 15-20 minute break and you go back on the road and about 5 minutes later it pops up and it's like, oh, come on now.
I don't have that because I just have, you know, 2 alarms in the back seat. Okay. And
Burn
so
the
I
fuse for this
fly.
thing. I need to take this fuse out.
Yes.
Yes. Like, okay, look, I have a cup, right? And it says F-bomb, mom, sprinkle that shit like confetti because it is a true statement. And in a car ride on a road trip, very true statement. Okay. So it's just one of those now. Mm-mm.
I learned how to drive in Dallas. I gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I'll fly.
Lordy.
I will fly.
Yeah. You fly. Let them drive. You fly.
Yeah.
But
It's a great
definitely-
drive. I mean, you know, when
Our airport is adorable.
There you go, even better.
We made that trip from Houston, and she's like, "Yeah, my husband and my kid and I, we went up there one year for one of the other conventions that used to be up here." And she goes, "Well, we made that drive," and she's like, "Man, I don't know if I could ever do it again, but it's a great drive."
No.
You ever seen the
No.
Texarkana airport? It's about that size. It's teeny
Or-
tiny.
Oh,
little thing.
wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's adorable.
I like
Mm.
it.
But there's so much to do out here. You know, the movie Dances with Wolves, a lot of it was filmed out here. So there's spots on the road like, hey, you want to see where Dancing with Wolves was? You know, there's this spot here. Deadwood has so much history down there and gambling.
A lot of haunted things.
A lot of haunted places up here.
Mhm.
Downtown has the Alex Johnson Hotel. Deadwood has the
Everything, the entire town of Deadwood.
and it's really cool because my buddy used to own a store in
Adam's
Deadwood,
house.
and all the stores were connected to one another. Like they're now sealed off, but it used to be they're all connected. And I go, why are these all connected? He goes, back in the 1800s, they used to run opium through here. So all the underground things when they were built, you could run through. It's a lot of history out here. You love history, like I do.
Bootleggers used
I
them.
love South Dakota.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, me and you are going to get along great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's going
I
to be
love
one
that.
hell of a party.
Yeah.
And then one thing we always do with our guests, we make sure that we take time before the convention starts on Friday. We go up to Mount Rushmore. We go up there and just do as much as we can up there, and then head back and do the convention. And I tell you, it's seeing Mount Rushmore in person. I mean, I see it a lot now because we have guests every year. So, and then when family comes out that've never seen it, we go to see it. But I'll tell you one thing: seeing it in person, you're like, wow, I've seen this in books, and it's just so surreal. It looks like it's a giant painting.
And you know how everyone has that one picture of just that one angle? They have opened up a trail down with a museum, and so you can actually take other shots now.
And you can actually see where they lived and what little harness they used.
The construction workers, where
what
they
Mount
lived while they
Rushmore was
were.
originally supposed to look like. All kinds of cool stuff there.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I like it.
I know we should probably be there Thursday evening. Thursday
Perfect.
night
Yeah.
evening.
Usually there's a little restaurant like on Thursday that's right from where the hotels are, and I think we're gonna have to. I think that we can just usually we'll get everyone that's there because a lot of people coming on Thursday. Let's go over there, have a burger and a beer or something, and just have a good time, And then Friday we'll go up to Rushmore and just have a good time.
Awesome.
For sure. Definitely looking forward to that. And that's the
Yeah.
last weekend of June.
Yep. June
23rd, 4th, and 5th.
24th and 25th. Yep.
Oh, it's right around my birthday time.
And
You
you really need to come
guys.
up. We'll have
Love
cake.
it.
When is your
And
birthday?
drinks.
It's the 30th.
Okay, mine's the 28th.
No way.
My oldest is the 27th.
Okay.
And then our other guest that we have there, Brittany Kabowski, hers is the 26th.
Oh wow.
Wow. So my
Yeah.
birthday's the 30th. My husband's is
Low.
July 6th, and my oldest is July 8th.
Well, my brother's is July 18th.
Wow. Oh my gosh. This is why you're my people. This is why we get along so well. We
All
have
cancers.
we are all cancers. True. Yes, I do. That's a true statement.
Oh, Lordy.
I love it.
Is there anything else about the show that you do want to discuss?
So we still have a few vendor spots open because we've got an entire arena to fill this year. So anyone that was looking towards being a vendor, we do still have a few spots open. We do still have a few panel spots open. Same with costume contest. You can apply for the costume contest as well as the AMV contest because we are going to have a video room showing submissions. So if you are thinking about putting an animated music video together, go for it. We are going to be having an AMV contest. All of that and a bunch more details are all on our website, blackhillscon.com.
Yeah, you can go to blackhillscon.com. We have information for tickets. They have, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's weekend passes. You also can do VIP. We have a few of those still left. VIP will get you a bag, a shirt. And since this theme for this year is rock band, there's a Black Hills Con guitar pick that'll be there just for VIP.
Oh, that's adorable.
So yeah, that's a lot of cool stuff.
Cool.
That's awesome. Well, my
Yeah, it's
only
always fun.
request from you is during your Saturday morning panel thing, you have to have Sonic the Hedgehog because since I'm coming up there, I want to see Sonic Saturday.
We're working on the licensing.
Yeah, it's the licensing that's holding us up
Yep.
on that.
Yep.
Oh
because-
yeah, Wild Brain.
There are a couple. I wanted to do a couple of shows, and like one of the ones that they're looking into, I want to do Gargoyles. We want to do Sailor Moon since we got the gal from Sailor Moon, but it's the old geek version, and it gets really weird because Viz owns it now. So there's a few of them we're trying to get licensing in there. But yes, that is actually on the list.
The whole not getting sued thing.
Yeah.
I love
That's
the old
important.
Saturday morning cartoon Sonic. That was one of my favorites with the voice of Steve Urkel as Sonic.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I love that one. And I thought it was like, wow, this is really dark. Everyone's being roboticized, and it's just such a cool show. And yeah, the
My big
Freedom
crush.
Fighters, I think it was.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well,
But But yeah, if anyone has any questions or comment or concerns or wants to know more, they can
Questions.
They can go to Black Hills Con. They can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we also have a TikTok. So
We do.
all kinds of stuff going on. And
Sweet.
yep, if they go to our Facebook page, you can always even message us. We're pretty good about getting back to if you got any questions on there. So usually it's my brother that does it. So my brother always jokes like, yeah, if you ever gotten in a fight with somebody online that's from this page, it's me.
I answer them too, but I'm nice.
Jay's extremely professional and he can write. I can't.
Well, I use punctuation, and so people think I'm angry. Not angry. I'm old.
I get that.
Wait,
People
what?
think that when I use all caps, they think that I'm yelling at them. They're 99% right when I do use that. But, most of the time you should be more leery, I guess, when I use smiley faces at the end to sign. That's usually one of those, like, I've addressed this already before. So have a wonderful day and F off if I send you a smiley face. That's generally what that means. So
That's your customer service smiley face is what that is.
it definitely is. It's like, please do not email me back. Have a lovely day.
If it's the double smiley
Per
face,
my previous email.
does the double smiley face mean I don't know you and I don't know who you are, but I will find you. I have a few skills.
Nailed it. Yeah, nailed it.
Oh Lordy.
I love it.
But I know time is just going by fast this
Like
year.
I said, we could do this all day, and
No,
we also want to thank you guys for having us on here again.
Oh yeah.
We love you guys.
Y'all are a blast.
Always talking about you guys. I know whenever Jay and I do our show, the Conventionists, we have a quick blurb that we usually do once a month on the Facebook page where my brother and I just talk about what we're doing, what's new, what's going on. And I know that Greg jumps in a lot and always appreciate that. And then I got a couple buddies. We do a Facebook football show on Sundays usually and just talk about random things. I think last week we were talking about like Super Bowl halftime shows and people's reactions. We were doing a thing about how people like get so involved with their sports team. I love football. I love the Broncos and the Dolphins, my two teams. But I tell you, I am not going to throw my TV set against the floor and then run over the truck after the Cowboys lose, especially if your quarterback's Dak Prescott. You know they're going to lose.
Yes.
well, now it was the Philly fans doing it, and it's like, really,
I know.
people, really, it's like, it's everywhere, and it's like,
well, and the thing is,
like I said,
I don't want to get into it, but the thing is, like everyone's like, oh man, the game was fixed. So this is, I'm like, if you've got that much of attachment to where it wrecks your whole entire year, I'm like, those players aren't going to be like, oh man, I lost it for him. He's going to be so disappointed with me. No, you know, they went through the emotions. They did the thing. They got paid. And I'm like, it's over. You lost. Get over it. But yeah, some people just, I'm all about being passionate about something, but there's being too passionate about something.
I think, like I said on your show, I'm just going to go buy stock on TVs before.
Oh my gosh,
playoffs.
you should. I mean, these fans that throw stuff or punch the TV or run over it with their truck, and of course the jerseys are not cheap, and you got fans that burn their jerseys. I'm like, they're not cheap.
No.
It has football, baseball. They become like watching wrestling nowadays. It's more sports entertainment now. It's just like watching wrestling. And that last comment reminded me, if The Rock doesn't show, we'll riot. And that's kind of what it's become now.
Very true. But yeah, I know, like I said, time's going by so fast, and it's already March in what, 3 days, 4 days?
Yeah.
No, it's not even March. It will be March on Wednesday.
I just said 3 to 4 days.
Next week, man. Don't do that. March is hectic for me. Okay, let's not mention March. March is, crazy. Amy's gonna go psychotic. Okay, so it's still February.
You have to look at the stores. Yeah. It's St. Patty's / Easter.
It is the 25th of February in my mind. Okay, and that March is just in the far distance. Okay.
25th of April will be here soon. The 25th of May will be here soon.
Oh man.
The 25th of June will be here soon.
Don't say scary things like that.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
You guys will be here.
Don't say scary things. Oh, don't.
Then
say
Halloween
Well, no,
scary
what
comes.
scares us is we were talking the other day. Our oldest graduates from high school next year. I'm like, when did that happen?
Right?
Man, I'm telling you. Mm-hmm.
Hell,
Yeah.
mine's already out of the military. You should feel lucky.
We were joking with our youngest. So, when are you getting out of the house?
So when are you moving out?
He's like, I'm only 13. I know.
Middle school.
I only got cats.
Well, do want to say again, Lizzie will be doing her gaming on Sunday night. I think that starts at 10 p.m. if I'm correct. It will
10
be on,
p.m.
Yep, that's
on
what you
Sunday
have.
night.
Yep, that's what you have
Sunday night. 10
tomorrow
p.m.
night.
No, you were talking about Black Hill Zone, and you said I
No,
have
no,
a
no,
panel.
no. You have your gaming tomorrow night
Yes,
at 10 p.m.
yes,
for charity.
yes.
There we go.
Cool.
So,
Awesome.
and I will be posting that link on our Facebook page. So everybody keep a lookout for that.
Yay!
Amy,
That's cool.
you,
I'm all about charities. You know, I mean, there's nothing,
But I will be asleep.
There's nothing better than trying to, do something that's, there's nothing better than helping somebody that needs it, and
Yeah.
we do a charity auction at the end of the convention. We raised like almost, I think, $3,000 last year for
Nice.
feeding South Dakota, and this year everything's going to St. Jude's. So it's and
Very
the cool
nice.
thing is our guest Charlie Schlatter. I always butcher his name. Charlie Schlatter. He's a cancer survivor. He deals with it every day still. He has to take
Wow.
pills. And
Yeah.
so it's
Mhm.
very near to his heart, and that's something that he's very big on. And Lizzie, I've read some of your stuff on there, and I just think that's awesome. With Sonic and turning such a negative into a positive. And I think that's the world needs more of that now.
Yes.
definitely. Well, Amy, you have anything coming up this?
I mean, I have a book event I'm going to today in like less than an hour. And
Oh.
then I have a bunch of book launches and stuff in March. That's about
Okay.
it. That's all that I have.
Well, I'll be doing a bunch of stuff for Tri-City next month, and everybody start being on the lookout because we're probably going to start posting in a couple of, maybe April, we'll start posting who our guests are going to be.
Mhm.
So,
Awesome.
I'm working on cosplays. I can't say what they are yet.
And me too.
you too, huh? But everybody, Black Hills Con, that's going to be at the end of June, and we look forward to being there. Going to be doing some interviews, many as I can. Of course, I'm going to have a bunch of panels there also. So I'm going to be busy.
But you know what? You're also gonna be having fun too. And like I
I'm going
said,
to be having fun.
and we'll really have a great time at that burlesque show. Those girls are awesome. They're so much fun.
There you go.
What's her name again?
Black Veil Burlesque.
Black Veil Burlesque. So if anyone
Oh.
wants to ever check them out, Black
Great.
Veil
You'll go on
Burlesque.
stage, right? You'll go on stage and dance.
Shit. That depends on how many margaritas I have.
Chris
I'll
will,
join
though.
you.
Chris will. You should
Chris
see him
will.
up on a pole.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
It's a secret talent. Is that what you're telling me? It's a secret talent. I
Oh,
like you do it
yeah.
on the side. Hey, we all have side hustles, okay?
Right?
Go out and make your money. Go out and make your money.
I'll do
I
like
know
that
somebody-
YouTube video of when Jack Black painted himself green and was running around as the Incredible Hulk.
That was
Smash.
hilarious.
Oh, smash!
I know if I do something like that, it's going to be videoed, and it's like, oh my God, did I really do that?
It's not just going to be videoed. Amy's going to broadcast that shit everywhere and
Oh,
tag
yes, she
you
will.
in it. I
Yes,
will
she
tag
will.
you in it. That's my job. And I would have no problem doing that just for fun for you. Yeah.
Hmm.
It'd be so great. I would love it. So
I
yeah.
could
Yes,
go
we have Jack
viral.
Black.
I
I
could
gotta
go
watch
viral.
School of Rock.
Yes, yes, we do. And Amy's got to watch Christian Slater movies.
I do. That's my homework. I need to watch
And
those.
Snoop Dogg.
And
I
you're
need to
gonna
go
watch
down.
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I
Doggy
need to-
World. DOGGY. Whoop. Yes. Just saying.
But I do want to thank y'all for being on the show and want to thank
Thank you for
everybody
having
for
us.
Thank
coming
you.
on
We
and
appreciate it.
watching. And my God, like I said, everything's just coming up so fast.
Yep.
But
I know we're
everyone,
already in almost March. Oh my gosh.
Right. Life does that.
Amy refuses to believe that, but we'll.
Yeah. I'm gonna just lie to myself. It's great.
It's still 1999.
Yeah.
And nothing has changed, and the world is still good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's still kind in my mind.
Yes.
Okay, puppies and rainbows, man. Puppies and
Puppies
rainbows
and
is how I
rainbows.
Love and
thrive.
peace, puppies and rainbows. That's right.
Yeah.
Those are down
This was
for it.
a very enjoyable show. And for everybody who's catching it later, we hope to catch you on our next live. And until then,